Hey everybody, for many years this little camera right here has been the primary camera of Computer Channel videos. This is a modified Kodak Zi6. I actually have two Zi6 cameras. For several years, let's see, from 2012 through probably 2015 or 2016. Yeah, 2016 actually. My other Zi6 was primarily used for shooting the Computer Channel videos, and this one here was used for shooting videos in my weather case for those on Comp MTDX. It's a little case that I designed back in 2011 that I originally designed it for my DXG567V, and I would essentially place this little camera inside, and I had an external mic that just plug right in. And so yeah, this camera here was more or less used for Comp MTDX stuff up until 2016, and the cameras essentially swapped roles. However, pretty much identical. So yeah, in short, this camera here has been used for several years for Computer Channel videos, and I have it modified, of course, with the external mic jack, and attached to it is a fake Sony ECM DS70P stereo mic, which according to the camera is just a mono mic. Has actually had the two mics paralleled, at least in this jack circuit. Now I'm filming this with the DXG A85V. I got that one pretty recent too. I got it on eBay for, say, around $30 or so after shipping, which I think is an absolute steal for this camera. I've already done one modification to it, as you may notice if you watched the first video I posted about this camera. You'll notice that the audio was just absolutely horrible. Yeah, it was absolutely horrible. So I essentially modded the camera by gutting out the original mic that's built into the LCD, the flip out LCD display. I removed the mic and I installed a jack like this here, to where I can plug in one of these mics into the camera and use that. And it is I'd say it's definitely made a nice improvement overall. So the DXG85V is slammed with a lot of good features. It is slam packed full of nice features. It has good autofocus. See, for example, so I make it focus up on this right here. This camera offers manual focus. Okay, I'm actually too far in. See if we can get to focus. There we go. For example, the DXG85V offers manual focus, to where you can focus the camera using the zoom toggle switch, or you can actually, what's very interesting is you can put it into manual focus mode and then tap the touchscreen. You can tap the subject area that you want to focus to, and it will focus right on it for you. And you can do this all while the camera is currently recording. So for example, I'll go ahead and just reach around here and put it in the manual focus. Okay, it's in manual focus. Okay. For example, I want to focus on the table. Okay, I found the trick. The LCD has to be facing toward the back of the camera. It does not work when the LCD is facing the other direction. So, bear with me here. I'm trying to make this work. So, I'm going to see if I can focus in on the camera right here. Oh yeah. Now let's see if I want to focus on the table instead of the camera. It focuses on the table. Let's try this a little closer. It just barely gets it. So this is about 3 inches from the front of the camera. It's not sure what to do about that. So yeah, not to drag this out too long, but it's a very nice feature. especially for a camera that has DXG as a brand, I'd say. So we're going to get out of manual focus and go back to autofocus. Okay, that was a little bit more drug than I expected, but yeah. So the DXG A85V with the mic mod does make for a pretty decent camera, I think. 1080p camera, but the runtime on this camera is not the best. It only has this simple built-in, well, not actually built-in, because you can change it. It's an MP120 lithium-ion battery, and the thing is already run dead on me several times while doing videos. And my ideal fix for that is to 18650 mod it. But due to the way this camera is laid out, that's going to be nearly impossible. So I like to have something that's already there, ready for me to use. You don't have to worry about the battery being charged up, because I can just pop in additional cells if needed. So the DXG A85V, while I will be using it occasionally for videos, I have yet another camera to show you that I'm going to be using. And this may be the new camera to replace the Zi6 overall. This is a Sanyo Xacti CG10. Got this on eBay for a little over 20 bucks, not too bad at all. In relatively good condition. This is one of Sanyo's better cameras, I think. It was marketed as their dual camera, 10 megapixel photo camera, but a 720p video camera. See, I was hoping I got one that was 1080p, but considering the quality of the Zi6, especially in low light, it's not that great. Even this here would be a very nice upgrade. And I've already looked back at some of the video that this thing shoots, and it's amazing what this thing here can do. One thing this camera offers is macro focusing, which is absolutely incredible. So let's go ahead and demonstrate it. Go ahead and pop the little lens cover off and power it up. One thing I've already done here is I have turned off the sounds. You can actually do that in the menu. So it'll take some time to go through the... You're looking right at my chest now. This is my first time shooting a video like this. Now that I have cameras that you can flip the LCD around, I can do it. I can actually do it like this now. Okay, so this is looking at the screen on the Sanyo Xacti CG10. It's got a nice sized display, and if we go into menu, I'm looking at my DXG's LCD. So this is kind of backwards here. So this is the menu. This thing has like two different menu modes. It has one that is like it has like a standard menu that's out on the that shows up alongside your video, and it has this one here, which I think is a lot nicer. This thing is just loaded. I mean, loaded full of features. So let's. Yeah, this is all the things this thing has. Very, very, very nice camera, I think. So you can go. Whoops, I'm doing it backwards. There's lots of stuff you can go in here and manually set. See, you can set the focus mode to 9-point or spot. There's a focus mode. See, white balance, exposure, face chaser. Meaning what it can do is it can primarily focus on your face if you're recording yourself. High sensitivity, I think that's like slow shutter. I haven't actually tried it out yet, but I think that is like slow shutter. Digital zoom, which this camera actually has 5 times optical zoom. Which of course optical is a whole lot better than digital. Let's leave that like that. So Operation Beep, that's where I went in and actually disabled all the dang sounds. more options. And what I find pretty neat here is you can define shortcuts for this little button here, so that way if there's something you would like to change, you don't actually have to go into this menu to change it. For example, I've already configured focus as 1. Let's see, I'm going to go back. I'm going to actually go through all this later on, so you can see where it put focus as. If I'm in video mode and I press up, it allows me to change the focus mode, which we'll come to that in a moment. That's the screen brightness. And here's where you can go in and configure additional settings. So let's go and get out of the menu. So yeah, you can take a picture by pressing this button, or take video by pressing this button. Demonstrate the zoom. Zooming around my shirt there. Let's get the LCD closer to where you can see it better. Not sure how well this is going to work. Get it zoomed out for one thing. Okay, there we go. Gotta make sure the camera I'm recording with is focusing. There we go. So, one thing I wanted to show you is how well this thing can macro focus. It's absolutely incredible. And that's why, and one reason why I think it'll be an absolutely outstanding camera for Cube Creator Channel videos moving forward. So I'm going to go ahead, and here's the manual focus. Now, this does not have the touch focus option like the DXG does, but you can manually focus it like this. Now, unfortunately, this option you cannot change while you're currently shooting a video. That's a real bummer. So you actually have to stop the recording to change it, whereas on the DXG you can do it on the fly. So I'm going to press up again. Now we are in macro focus mode. You see it's focused in on my shirt, but let me find something, for example, to focus in on. Let me grab an 18650 battery from back here. So while it's making sure, yep, the DXG camera is focused right on the screen so you can see exactly what I'm seeing. Have to bear with me here for a moment. It's not the easiest when you're doing this backwards. Yeah, let me have a look at this. There we go. It's just, yeah, the camera didn't know what to focus on. Okay, let's try it again. Turn it back on. And go back into, yep, we're still in. This thing remembers, that's nice. It remembers where you previously were. Okay, let's grab something different. How about this RAM module? Oh yeah, it picked it right up. Let me grab this a little differently. I want to show you something here. Just have a look at how well this thing focuses on stuff in macro focus. Now, mind you, this turned off. Power save, of course. Which, with the factory batteries, and it definitely needs power save, I think. Okay, so you may want to go and take a guess at how close I'm holding this module to the camera. Like literally, it is that close. It is focusing that close in on a subject. Now, is that amazing or what? That is incredible. Now, I don't think the DXG can focus that close. Now, let me see here. On the back of the camera, I don't see a separate macro function. But this is pretty much as close as it'll focus. Yep, right where I just had it is about as close as we can get with the DXG85V. Now the DXG85V, for example, the optical zoom is much. It can zoom in much further than the Xacti. I don't think it's going to be able to focus on my shirt there. Yeah. But yeah, the DXG85V offers very good optical zoom. The Xacti offers 5 times, which is, I think, relatively decent enough for what I'll be using it for. So yeah, looking forward to trying out this camera. I did shoot some footage with it, and I'm pretty well impressed with what it can do. Now, here's that one thing that I'm going to need to do to this poor little guy. Now, this camera offers, from the factory, a very decent mic. If you look carefully, I'm not 100% certain, but this may have stereo sound. See, there's 2 mics right there. One there and one there. The speaker is over here. Not a really good thing having a speaker right nearby the mic, but as long as the speaker ain't playing any sound, you should be fine. Okay, so here's the thing. This camera has a little bitty 700 milliamp hour lithium-ion battery. So we don't have a whole lot of capacity to work with there, and when the thing goes dead, you guys sit there and either plug it into the computer or pull the pack out and plug it into the charger and let it charge up. Now, for somebody who occasionally shoots video, I mean, this is fine, but for someone like myself who will sometimes shoot hours worth of, hours upon hours of video, or you just absolutely need to have this thing there to work. Let's say for example the battery was dead, I'd have to sit there and wait on it to charge, because this is the only battery pack I have for this thing. So not good. So this camera is several years old. It's from 2011, I think. So this battery may not exactly be performing up to par. I haven't really had a chance to really drain it down. They seller actually fully charged the battery apparently for shipping it out to me, because yeah, showing full charge on the camera at least. But this is a 3.7 volt battery, which means I can 18650 mod this thing. Let's pull the battery out. There's a look inside the compartment where it goes. And to 18650 mod this, I'm going to have to tap in to these 2 terminals. And what's interesting is these terminals are they spring up. Like when you press in, they spring up. However, I've already confirmed that even when they're in the fully extended state, they do conduct. Yeah, I actually tried out my meter on this in resistance. Don't know if that's probably the best idea or not, but I was getting conductivity, so I know for a fact that this thing can I should be able to tap in one of these and power this off of 18650s. I mean, you think about it. I have a ton of 18650s out of most of them harvested out of laptops, laptop batteries. And let's say if this pack goes bad, for me it makes more sense to just use 18650s than I have to go out and buy another one of these. These, you know, little 700 milliamp hour pack. Think about it. 700 milliamp hours is what this is rated for. Okay. 2 of these in parallel will give me 4,400 milliamp hours. That's a huge difference between the 700 milliamp hours this here can do. So, I'm going to do a separate video on 18650 modding this camera. Sometimes to do 18650 modding, I have to be pretty invasive to the poor thing. I don't think I'm going to have to this time, because this thing is so thin. I mean, it's like a centimeter wide down here. So if I add on, which I'm going to have to take a pair of dikes and actually pop this out of here, get this out of the way. But so for example, pull it out of the way for a moment. Even if I just set the thing right on it, like so, it still isn't too big. At least I think. However, I might take this cover off and see how much room I can spare in here. It really depends. So, that's a new camera. I think it's going to be a great replacement for my Zi6. Now, if you're wondering about the Zi6, what's going to happen with that camera, it's not going away. I can assure you that it's not going away. I'll probably be 18650 modding this one to give it a much longer runtime than the freaking double A's that it takes. And I'll probably be using this camera a lot for time-lapsing weather and things like that. Probably make a second weather case camera. Haven't decided this yet. And also, this camera here shoots very good 60 FPS footage, provided you have plenty of light in the subject to film. So the Zi6 will still have some use, but it's served. This one and the other Zi6 have served many years of service for Computer Channel, and I think it's probably getting about time to retire them from service, for at least for this use. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, I sure hope you guys enjoyed this video from Q Computer Channel. Remember to like the video, subscribe to Q Computer Channel for more updates, and remember to tick the bell so that you actually get notified of these updates. Did you know that I am also on a second channel that's CubeComp MTDX? Over there you'll find videos of bicycling, weather, elevators, and all sorts of other neat and interesting stuff. Feel free to subscribe to that channel as well. And again, I thank you for your support, and thanks for watching this video.